Selamun Aleyküm ve Rahmetullah. Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi şrah sadri ve yessir li emri vahlul ukdeten min lisani yefkahu kavli vec'al li veziran min ehli Harun ahi iştud bihi ezri ve yeşrikü fi emri key nusebbihake kesira ve nezkurake kesira inneke kunte bina basira. ربنا اغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الراحمين اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وارنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وارنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم ربنا اغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الراحمين آمين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. We started studying the first chapter of the Qur'an, first section of the Qur'an, which is Fatiha. And the first verse of the Quran or Mus'haf is Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. This is the first verse of the Fatiha. So we said, in the name of the most merciful, eternally merciful one, we studied all this. I'm aware of it. Alhamdulillah, I remember. So we heavily talked about what name of the most merciful ism. So a name of the verse. When we talked about this connection between name and also in the creation manifestations of the qualities that we see. These are the manifestations of the Creator's qualities, we said, and continued. And there are many verses in the Quran referring that all the names, or it means all the qualities manifested in the universe and all in human beings, in our creation. We see that in our creation there are some qualities manifested, and the Quran says these qualities belong or must belong to the Creator of the universe, no one else, because no one has these qualities. And again, whether we call merciful or the Rahman, or we call God, doesn't matter, because names of God identifies God as well. All the names are absolute, as the Creator must be absolute as well. Again, there are other verses. These are not. Now, we said, okay, we have to start studying Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. So we said all praise is due to God alone, the Lord of the all worlds. And then we started seeing the network between the words of the Quran. Each word is connected to the previous, and the one follows afterwards. So this network, this interconnected construction of the language of the Quran, so beautiful. We said that we will see here now. All praise is due to God alone. What does it mean? All the qualities, goodness, whatever you see in the creation of of anything, in fact, anything in the universe, you see that all these qualities deserve to be praised, because each quality in the existence of each being must be realized by the one who created the whole universe. So it is absoluteness of the qualities. But Like the sun is one, manifests as its light, but each being has a fraction of it is manifestation pointing to the source is the sun. So that is why if you say, this is beautiful, it means this beauty in the creation of this thing belongs to the one who created the universe, who also created my thing within the context of the universe. That's why we have to see these interlocutions between the beings, which is very important. I keep repeating this, and I'm not tired of it, repeating this. You cannot see and evaluate what is this by separating it from the rest of the creation. Unfortunately, what is happening in this world now, some scientists do it consciously, deliberately, take the thing alone and study it isolated. But there is nothing created in the universe isolated. Everything is interlocated. And we see that the same structure is taking place in the language of the Qur'an as well. Why? The creator of the universe must have all these qualities absolute, infinite, because he is the owner of the creator of the universe. We cannot identify the creator with what he has done. But what we see, looking at the work, we see that, this work must be done by someone. This reasoning always goes back and forth, and really weaves all of them up with each other, connects with each other. So the Quran also must be read in this way, we said. That is why, Alhamdulillah, all praises due to God. We are going to study Alhamdulillah, Lillahi Rabbil Alameen, and continue. Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin. We will just tie up with each other. We will see the connection perfectly. Now, who is God? What do you mean by God? Allahu Rabbul Alameen. Now, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. But individually studying it. Who is God? The one, the Lord of the whole universe. So we said we shouldn't speak about God in an abstract sense. We have to identify it with an adjective at least, saying the creator of the universe, owner of the universe, arranger of the universe, organizer of the universe, maintainer of the universe. And all this, for example, designer of the universe, beautifier of the universe. So we have to tie up, because we cannot speak while praying is different. We cannot speak about God in an abstract sense. God, who is it? God. No. The owner of this universe. That is how the Quran describes God, the Lord of all the worlds. So I think we studied this as well. No, what kind of Lord is he? Rabbil Alameen. Rabbil Alameen. So God is the Rabbil Alameen. And how about his quality as far as the connection between being a Rabbil Alameen and the following word, Ar-Rahman. Now, let me see if you don't mind this. Yeah, we studied this as well. All right. So Ar-Rahman describes Rabbil Alameen. Rabbil Alameen describes Allah. Allah describes Bismillah. All the names belong to him. All the qualities. So we have to say, do you believe in God? Yes, I do. Okay. Who is the one? You can say, you have a wonderful hair. The owner, the creator of this hair. Right? Related. So Rahman, we studied Rahman the last before this break, winter break. The building was closed, so we were not here. So Rahman, mercy treats everyone, every being equally. And regardless, you believe, you don't believe, you appreciate, you don't appreciate. We gave a simple example that everybody can understand. The university is open, college is open, students are registered, welcome, all right. After being registered, okay, you are the students, welcome, all right. And here is the curriculum, whether you follow it or not, you are free. But the one who really diligently follows the class is treated by the administration equally. The one who never comes to the class, got the, this is my typical example, got the ED card and uses it for reduced price on public transportation. That's it. So when it comes to school, the school doesn't say, no, you are not attending, so you will get less heat in winter. No, the same. This is why bothers most of us. Why unbelievers are successful and believers are sometimes not successful if they don't really follow the rules of the creation, the way the things are created. So whether you attend or not, if you go to any part of the facilities of the university, you get the same service. Equal. That is mercy. Treats everybody equally. That's excellent that we have to understand. So we shouldn't expect that I am a believer, so I will be treated differently. For example, the winter is freezing. All right, I go out and, oh my God, give me my head. So you go out and, oh, well, Allah treats you differently. Never, never happens. Rahman is the same. Rabbul Alami, right? So we studied this. Now, afterwards, what comes? Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim. What's the difference? Now, Rahman is related to Rabb Alamin, the words. In this word, God treats everybody equally. But when it comes to Rahim, which is translated as the Rahman, translate this. I don't know, is there any eternally merciful one translation? I don't think so. I haven't heard it, most gracious or this kind of, but merciful, eternally merciful. We will see why eternally merciful. I prefer this translation. Why? Because Ar-Rahman belongs to Rabbul Alamin. Ar-Rahim ties up this mercy to Maliki Yawmiddin, now today. What does it mean? The eternally merciful one, the master of the day of retribution. Sometimes they call it, what does day of retribution or judgment? Most of the people translate it as day of judgment, especially Muslims love it because they love judging and punishing the unbelievers. But some people are more compassionate. They say, master of the day of retribution, Lord of the day of retribution. Retribution treats everybody what they as they deserve. What do you deserve accordingly? For example, the school administration gives you the degree. They don't say that I don't like. I'm going to give you fail F. So, oh, you are a nice person. I'll give you A or B. No. We say sometimes some students like lazy students, like they say, you know, the teacher failed me. The teacher never does this. They don't say, I failed it. I failed because I didn't give the answer. Now, somebody uh, says, you know, I lost my, for example, uh, no, my wallet is lost. Wallet doesn't get lost by itself. be how this a straight man and say, I lost the wallet. That is why I'm not aware of it where it is. Otherwise, wallet doesn't slip out of your pocket by itself. So what we understand retribution, or even if you call it judgment, if it is a perfect, absolute judgment, then it will treat accordingly as we deserve. There is no special treatment there. But if someone acknowledges the infinite qualities of God's creator, his spirit, his spirit acknowledges it, his consciousness acknowledges it. The other one says, I happen to be like this. I am a product of nature. Now, his spirit, the first person, says, I am created specially with a special characteristics, adorned, equipped with the special characteristics, and this is the one who created the universe, because my spiritual qualities are directly related to the rest of the universe. Now people are talking about crazy things nowadays. Crazy things. They are talking about this. You must have been aware of it, quantum computers or working with quanta, so quantum technology using in computers, and they say enormous work. The human mathematics can work. They say one universe is not enough. There must be multiple universes communicating with it. The calculations are so fast. But what it means, the human capacity goes beyond the limitations of the universe. So I introduced my creator's infinite, absolute qualities. So I am grateful to the one who is the owner of the universe or infinite universes. Because every time a new universe is created, we have to know it's not a simple matter. Every moment, a new creation is going on. So we can call it infinite universe. Because the source is infinite, so it must be infinite. I am thankful so much. The other one is you present the food to somebody, and the person says, takes it, and then, no, there's no enough flavor in it. The other one gets it, thank you very much, free. So do you think the one who gives it or serves this food freely will like the first one, deserves it? The second one deserves it. The first one, an ungrateful person. So you don't really like the serving. The other one will be treated accordingly. Mercy, when it is presented in the Quran as Rahim, infinitely merciful, treats the person who recognized his master, his Lord, his creator, in Arabic, his Rabb, having infinite qualities. Okay, I am going to treat you with my mercy in an infinite base. The other one, the extreme examples. The other one said, what naturally happened all this by itself, evolved or developed by itself. These are just matters, just accidentally found out the best way and formed this universe perfectly. What? Matter. Just matter, blind, unconscious matter. Okay, God says, I am going to treat you accordingly. Your spirit. How? I will say, okay, go and ask accidental beings to produce what you want. Go and ask them. And the other one acknowledged him. He says, you are the one who provided everything for me, gave existence for me, and made me a human being. Really, it is a serious matter. We have to sit and seriously think, how come I am a human being? It's not a simple question. Really, when I ask this question to myself, my mind cannot comprehend it. How come I exist like this? As a human being, thinking, having enormous capacity, consciousness, questioning. I ask myself, why do I ask? Do you understand? How am I asking? How am I aware that this is a question? And I need answer. So huge capacity that we are given. And if we acknowledge it, I am going to treat you infinitely. That's what Ar-Rahim. For example, Al-Hakim is the one who uh, one dominates Hakim, or treats with hikmah, wisdom, and also Hakim.
So like a wise ruler. Like a wise ruler.
Yeah, wise ruler, yeah, as well. But Al-Hakim, infinite wisdom. Yeah. So the difference is Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim. In this form in Arabic, always can only be used by God.
Always having compassion, always having mercy.
Infinitely merciful.
Al-Rahim can only describe the creator, nothing else.
Yes. Rahman, you can be a Rahman to your friends, your family, your parents,
Okay.
your neighbors, your animals, plants. But you cannot be Rahim infinitely. So that is why eternally merciful is related to master of the day of retribution. Rahman is related to Rabbul Alamin here, the universe. So but Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim belongs to the same center, same owner. That is why it is always tied up, not next to each other, no. Like the rings, you cannot separate from each other. So that is Maliki Yawmiddin. Okay, what does the day of retribution or judgment mean? We studied this. How about this? How do you feel when you hear that there will be a day of judgment or retribution? Doesn't matter. Forget about the different words. Happy or nervous? No. Some times will come and you will be judged what we have done. How much you have been honest. Taking count. What have you done with I have given to you? What have you done? I gave you the tools. The spirit has the quality to acknowledge its source. So I have you the tools. What have you done with it? Forget about your body, human spirit. I am going to be asked what I have done. Oh. I have never taken notes of it. I just said, oh, I don't like it. I like it. I said, I prefer this one. I prepare my future by myself. I'm getting ready for everything, making good money and making a good profession. All right. And how about human qualities? Who gave me? And why? I was given all these. Did I ask? No. One day will come and they will ask, what have you done? the owner. Do you feel happy or nervous? And you won't disappear after you die. That is what the Yawmiddin means. You will die and school is closed. You will be given your degree, and accordingly, your degree, you will be successful or failure. Now, after school closes, you will be treated according to the results of your learning during the class. Now, do you feel happy when we die? Afterwards, we will be given an existence, but this existence is permanent. Now, not like this, it's transient, changing, illnesses, problems, financial crisis, or the school, the education, learning, working, married, children, grandchildren. No. Everything as you want, as you prefer, because you are given the sense to have a permanent, most satisfactory way of life. This is the desire that we are given. This desire is, in fact, nothing but promise from our Creator. I'm going to give it to you. But one day will come, do you deserve it? Have you done your homework? Have you really learned and fulfilled your mission? Now, what do you think? Is it a reason for me to be happy or to be nervous? I said nervous, not fearful. Yeah, but nervous at least, yeah. Which one? Anyone? Think about it. When you die, you will be taken into account. So, how do you feel about it, about this news? Yeah? Nervous. Anyone?
Both.
Happy and nervous, which is being tricky. Now, what do you mean by it?
Because a day of judgment or retribution necessitates that,
It means eternal life after death.
as well as justice or other desires or needs that I have that cannot be fulfilled within the bounds of this universe. So there's the good news from that. But of course, when I look at to myself, nervous.
Yeah. So, excellent answer. But my comment is this: لا تقنطوا من رحمة الله. Oh, don't be despair of God's mercy. But who cannot be despair of God's mercy? Who? Come on. Who? Who can be? Sorry. Who will be despair of God's mercy?
I think people who actively deny God.
No, because if you deny God, you don't expect His mercy. Because in your practical life, excellent. In your practical life, you didn't say that everything is mercy of the Creator of the universe, result of the manifestation of mercy. So you don't say that, God is merciful, so I shouldn't be this. You don't acknowledge God. You are in the school and you say, this is not a school. It's a playground. So can you go and ask something from the school and please provide me a class or teacher? You don't acknowledge it. That is why if you are a believer that the universe has an owner, creator, therefore I have a creator, I am a part of the universe, existing within the universe. So my creator has provided everything for me. I am the one who acknowledged it. If I acknowledged him, I acknowledge him from the manifestation of his mercy, because he has given me this quality to acknowledge him. So I will say, this is the mercy of my Creator. And God says, have you acknowledged me? Yeah. Have you realized that everything is given to me as a result of my mercy? Oh, yeah. But sometimes I didn't attend the class. I didn't do my homework. I didn't pay attention to the class. You understand what I mean? Huh? Didn't do my religious duties, and I didn't keep my consciousness as it should be. But I know you are a merciful, really, really, not just verbal expression. And God says, "La taqnatu min rahmatillah." So what it does, it gives a kind of solution, relaxation, putting the nervousness aside, turning this is an important question now, turning your fear into asking for forgiveness. I should have done this, but I didn't. Please. I acknowledge I was the one who failed. Acknowledge that. And be sincere. Be sincere. So, for example, let's say, typical example, come back to you. I should have done this, but I didn't do it. So as soon as you read, I should have done this, I failed again. I'm not giving a specific example. Whatever it is, you can apply it to anything you want. So I said, I am sorry. I have been again a neglectful one. I neglected please forgive me. What does it mean? Next time, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Because forgive me, forgive me by why I'm going to do it again. It is not asking for forgiveness. Asking for forgiveness is returning back to God saying, I am repenting. I am repenting from my neglect or whatever. That I didn't do it, my job. And what does it mean? I admit I failed, and it means this is the beginning of not trying not to fail again. But human beings can do it, all right. But keep trying, keep trying. Now, if you keep being nervous, I'm looking at you, then rather than turning to God and asking for forgiveness and encouraging yourself not to do it. So not to fail again. This istighfar, which is called in the language of the Qur'an, asking for forgiveness or repentance, should be the beginning of not doing it again. Reminder for you. So if you turn this neglect and failure into a kind of seeking refuge with the Creator's mercy, it becomes an encouragement for you and your nervousness lessens. But definitely, I think before going this happy news side, is definitely gives me the hope that I'm not going to disappear from existence when I die. Oh, when the school is over, when the school is closed, it doesn't mean that I will disappear from existence. No, I will start a new professional life according to what I deserve.
I was going to ask about that. What is the definition of forgiveness when you seek it? And you answered, right, is that it's not just that you acknowledge that you've made a mistake, but then you also make the effort to correct the mistake that you've made.
This acknowledgement must be the beginning of it.
Yes.
Yeah. If it is not the beginning of it, are you just playing games?
And then there's the other aspect of it takes time, or it can be very difficult to make that change as well. And it's possible that you might not make the change successfully in your life. For example, addictions, that can be very difficult for people to get over,
Yeah.
and people are very destructive because of it. But a person might sincerely make like a sincere effort to try to fight coming out of it. How is
Now,
yeah.
this is a very interesting and very important matter.
Mm.
Gradualness. There is nothing in the universe which is not gradual. Let me start from here. The revelation of the Quran is gradual. Hmm? The prophets educating himself and his community is gradual. Not that Quran came down once and said, change your life from scratch. No. Step by step by step. Now, the creation of the universe is gradual. Gradual. Everything is. Animals are created from the very cell until they grow, well, fulfill their purpose perfectly, mature up, and then die. Look at the plants, look at the animals, look at human beings, gradual. Nothing you can find one day yourself in a different form. But you are continuously changing, gradual. We learn gradual. Day starts and ends gradual. You don't find sun there, another moment there. No, gradual. Night, gradual. Now, body adaptation. Body doesn't get addiction one day. No, gradual. No, everything we learn gradual. Starting from the kindergarten, elementary school, and going, endless, gradual. So definitely, God knows what He has created. That's why He revealed the Quran gradually. In first 13 years, there's nothing to be done. Just believe that you are created. Just admit that your creator, nothing of this universe, was by the one, you are created by the one who created the universe. That's very simple. And then goes on, but the universe cannot sustain its existence by itself. That is one point. And then goes on, but there will be a day this universe will be destroyed. The first revelation, roughly follow the Quran's chronological revelation series. Slowly going into, you will be taken into account. So why do you go against this messenger that the creator of the universe employed him to carry his message to you? If you don't believe it for yourself. Why do you oppose? Why do you reject? Why do you try to prevent him from spreading the message? Why? He's not going to asking you money. He's not going to asking you, no, you have to give me the administration. I want to be the king. No, nothing. Just acknowledge your creator. That's it. What do you want? Nothing. So he became the community leader at the end because community wanted him to come there. They called the prophet from Mecca to Medina, come and be our administrator. He didn't say that, made propaganda meetings and, distributing lots of advertisements here and there, social media, nothing. Look, he himself advises, if someone wants to be an imam and goes by himself, don't take him. Leader. If someone says, please give your vote to me, the sunnah is not to give vote to this person. Let people elect it. That is what he was elected in Medina. Everybody says, welcome. Although, were they believers? No. There were historians say around 5,000 people in Medina. Only 64 people believe it. Among 5,000. That he is a prophet. Who cares 64 as compared to 5,000? But 5,000 of them, none of them opposed. Yeah, how do you say? Full vote. None of them said no. The historians tell one people were hesitant. Yeah, Abdullah is somebody, the famous man. Now, one person was saying, oh, I was going to be the administrator. That's it. He wasn't really asking for it, but it was a duty, a community duty given to him, a kind of responsibility. So if someone asks you, please help me about this, and you can do it, isn't that a kind of you to help like this? So he became the leader. At the end, this leadership grew so much that it was the power center, another third power center in the world. Roman Empire, Pars Empire, now it is known as Iran, Pars Empire, Persian Empire, and Medina administration. Three power center in the world. He was still living in his one bedroom, luxurious house, palace, one bedroom. This is not one bedroom and how to say, kitchen or bathroom. No. Whole house is one bedroom. No, this corner is kitchen, cooking place. This corner is bathroom, and this is the bedroom. And in the morning, wrap up the bed. Here is the living room. Same room. That's it. Even if you take the narration, his bedroom didn't have a door, only a curtain opening to the masjid. Why? Always available to communicate, answer the needs of the people, which is amazing. And he wasn't wearing better than any ordinary person, staying in a higher position, no throne, nothing. And he says, just acknowledge your creator, worship him alone, don't worship anybody else, don't see anybody superior over you. Everybody is equal in terms of authority in the world. What's wrong with it? If you don't like it, don't like it. Why do you oppose? That the Quran started from there, and then started, you need to worship God and acknowledge him. Ibadah, it means respond back to him with thankfulness. Now, the first prayer is introduced, not five daily prayers, but pray in general. Look, slowly, getting used to, and then don't steal. No, you shouldn't lie. Don't you know that it is worse of no lying? So make it a principle not to lie. Yeah, I know the lying is bad. I know that. But, sometimes fail. No, make it a principle. Otherwise, everybody knows that lying is bad. Is there anyone that says lying is good? Stealing. Yeah. Don't steal. Quran says, don't take or get the right of your friends, the other people. Now, when you really treat with people in a wrong way, that's stealing. of course, later on, the Quran established the most important principle. Don't steal God's property attributed to yourself or to any other thing. That's called shirk. Now, that is stealing God's property, appropriating it to something else, to yourself. For example, I am a very good healthy man. Well, health is given to you. Why do you steal God's property and attribute it to yourself? Put it in your pocket. Now shirk is straight away. Now you see the gradualness. That is why when we ask for forgiveness, it doesn't mean the second morning we are going to be the best man in the world. Impossible. So, but initiation, intention, and then doing something, trying to do, feeling the need to do. Encourage yourself. That is why instead of being nervous, we have to seek for forgiveness. But definitely the good news, after I die, I'm not going to disappear from existence. So get ready. I'm now in a school, a student in the school. When 4 years later, it is a human example, of course, I will be discharged, if you like, from education. And what happened? Disappear from existence. Don't you feel horrible? What am I doing here? Since I'm going to be disappeared. Who brought me here? Why should I bother about learning or not learning? No, it's not important. At the end, I am going to disappear from existence anyway. Everything becomes meaningless, pointless, purposeless. So there will be day of resurrection. Let's say there will be a day when the graduation day, everybody will be distributed their degrees, and according to the next life. In practical life, you will be practicing what you have learned here. Oh, that's why it encourages you in this world. Look, when I graduate, I'm going to be the best doctor, best engineer, successful person, professional businessman, or whatever. No, but businessman is difficult, eh? Not lying, not cheating, and being a businessman. Really difficult. Who would never try to be a politician because you have to tell a lie, otherwise you cannot be successful. So you have to make up everything accordingly. These subjects are like very dangerous area. Anytime something explodes and really makes you be in a horrible position, we have to be careful. So this news gives me the hope. Why? I'm going to. So, not the fear, definitely not. I'm not going to disappear, so I have to prepare myself for the graduation. And afterwards, forever, I will be treated accordingly. Wow, encouragement. So if somebody denies hereafter, he will never, ever get this happiness from the news, because he said, I'm going to disappear when I die. What is the point? Yeah, what is the point? Why do you work then? Why do you try to be successful, be famous? Yeah, pile up your properties, money, wealth. Why? You are going to disappear. Why bother about anything? So really, this one, Rahim, is related, infinite. Eternal mercy is related to next creation. That is why we have to read it like this. Allahu Rabbul Alameen. Rabbul Alameen Ar-Rahman. Ar-Rahim Maliki Yawmiddin. But Rahman and Rahim comes from the same root, connects to each other. I feel that you want to say something. You would like.
Yeah, I just didn't want to interrupt you. So in terms of the nervousness, I think my fear is about the nervousness, or the nervousness that I have about Yom Ad-Din, is more that sometimes I feel that that it's not clear, right? So like when we use the school example, right? Because I teach as well, I give a syllabus, right? It's very clear. If you don't do this, this is exactly what's going to happen. This is how many percentage, this is how much points are going to get taken. If you do this, is how many points you're going to get. And I think there's probably like a mercy in the fact that it's not as clear, right? That there isn't a set syllabus, I guess. But the nervousness that I experience a lot with this is that I don't know according to whose decision I'm going to be judged upon, right? So if we were just to talk about very physical thing, right? Like hijab, how do you wear the hijab, right? Some people say you have to have a khimar. Some people say you can't have a hair show. Some people say it's okay if you have some hair show. Like there are different interpretations on something as small as that, right? So that's, I guess, the nervousness that comes. And then if we were to talk about even more detail of like every single waking minute that you're experiencing, right? Of where you're talking about like even health, attributing health to yourself rather than to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And there's a moment of shirk there in a way, right? Again, I don't know how weighted that is when it comes to judgment. So I think that's a nervousness that I personally experience a lot, is I don't know what that's going to end up looking like.
Would you like to say something? No, is your intention in this way that you described as nervousness? I said, I think that it's not nervousness, it is uncertainty in what to do in order to be a bright person. No, uncertainty. But you shouldn't be nervous about it. Acknowledge that I am uncertain, but check yourself, because only you can check yourself. Am I looking for an excuse not to pray? For example, some people say, why should I pray now? I can just do it physically rather than spiritually, emotional prayer like this, like doing yoga. So why should I do exactly as the Prophet did some hundreds, more than 1,000 years ago? Human beings doesn't change. Human feelings don't change. And also the universe doesn't change, although content is changed, but the way they are created never changes, which is called the God's way of creation in Arabic, Sunnatullah, with the language of the Qur'an. So we know that I have to do something certain in order to reach the certainty, not uncertainty. So try to, if it is possible, diverse yourself, clean yourself from prejudices about anything. Why I don't want to bow down when I'm giving a more easily understandable example? Why shouldn't I prostrate? Ask yourself. What do we have to do it? The Prophet performed this in order to demonstrate what is the most fitting way to express yourself in this created world within a bodily creation. Then you have to practice your communication with your God intellectually. And also feeling-wise, feeling happy, expressing your gratefulness, thankfulness, appreciation, these senses. Yes, I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased you created this day to me, this evening to me, this night to me. For example, prepared everything. And I have body. I have a tongue. Every part of me must join in this performance of the prayer. Then, best example, the prophet did. But today, just today, this morning, I read a hadith narration, interesting hadith narration. After the death of the prophet, some companions, something like 5, 10 companions got together, and they were talking about a verse in the Quran which says, whoever asks for forgiveness before it is too late. But what does it mean? It is too late. Now, Allah forgives it. This is the verse. In section and arms, 6th section of the Quran, somewhere around 18th, 19th verse. I can check it, but after, no. But it is, they were sitting together. But this is an interesting thing that we should know about hadith narrations. When you read hadith, somebody says to you, there is a hadith narration, this is how it should be done. That's very important. Now, one of them said, I heard the Prophet saying, 1 year before you die, in a different context, according to the audience or the one who asked. The other one said, are you sure you heard this? Because companions are, there is no reason for them to tell about a person who followed and devoted their lives. So I'm ready to die for you and I'm lying about you. Contradiction. That's why companions are to be taken seriously and trustful people. The other one said, did you really hear this from the Prophet? He said, yes. But I heard him saying about this verse 1 month before you die. And he said, back, did you really hear this? I heard 1 year. He said, yes, I heard it all. Sure. In another context. Yeah, Hadith doesn't say in another context. We understand that context changes. Experience, time, and positions are changing. Another one was surprised. So, no, excuse me. I heard Prophet saying 1 day before you die. Oh, come on. Another thing is surprising. Really? Did you hear this from Prophet? To make sure, from Prophet. No, I heard somebody is talking about. No, from Prophet. Yes, I did. And somebody said, oh, what are you talking about? They asked again, did you really hear it from the Prophet? They want to make sure from the Prophet. But this is called a specific hadith type, which is called marfu hadith in hadith literature. It means from the Prophet, not from somebody else, via somebody else, through somebody else. No, from. And then another person, hey, what are you talking about? I'm of course presenting in a conversation form, not exactly the literal translation. I heard him saying before he sees the specific word, Melek al-Maut, how do you say, the angel of death. Angel of death. Before seeing angel of death means you are dying. You cannot have time even to say that, astaghfirullah. I ask, no. Before seeing, just before, 1 minute before maybe, that's possible. You say, wow. Really? We said, did you really hear it? He said, yes. And this is authorities, hadith authorities accepted it as Sahih hadith, confirmed it. Look, Prophet practiced all the things that we are bothered about. I think you refer to something's not sure. Somebody says something, somebody says something. We have to be careful that the Prophet is gradual teaching. Once the famous event, you know that how the people were prepared not to drink or keep away from alcoholic drinks or becoming drunk. Very famous event, everybody knows it. Gradual. So introduction of the prayer is gradual. First, pray to God. When? What? How? Doesn't matter. Pray to God. Go to Kaaba, say, Ey Rabbul Kaaba. It means Rabbul Alamin. Rabbul Kaaba means Rabbul Alamin. Kaaba represents the universe, is as not being God, creator, empty. So it's very significant. People take it other way around. The Kaaba is Baytullah, Allah's house, residence plate, permanent address of Allah. That's ridiculous. Of course, we know that Kaaba represents the universe. The universe represents La ilaha. There is no God in the universe. Kaaba represents there is no God in the universe. You came here to find me. Look, I'm empty. You cannot find God, the creator in the universe. So, Ey Rabbul Kaaba, it means Rabbul Alamin. When the Arabs used Rabbul Kaaba, it means Rabbul Alamin. But unfortunately, things changed nowadays. We are pretty backward from what Islam is in fact. So, and that started, sometimes, occasionally, do something, certain things that the Prophet, and then five daily time establish whatever. So we understand that narrations differ according to the capacity of the audience. I think we should stop soon, very soon. According to the capacity of the audience. So you will find yourself in one of the places category. For example, let's say 12 years of the revelation. Prayer is, keep connecting yourself to your creator. 40, let's say 14th year. Now, before this, acknowledge God that he is the only ma'bud, worship, the one who is worshipped, who deserves to be worshipped. Now, and this is what? Somewhere around 8, 9 years, 10th year, 9th years of prophethood. And it comes closer to 11th, 10th year, approximately. So you have to do certain relationship with God certain times for yourself. And then I think the Medina period starts the 13th year, 5 times daily prayer established. Where do you stand? 3rd year of revelation, 9th year of revelation, 11th years of revelation. Then some people 11th year of revelation. I am in 11th. No. Accordingly, you will feel the need to do it. You cannot go beyond your capacity. Keep away from alcoholic drinks. At least Fridays, don't drink, for example. For example, according to you, it doesn't mean that you cannot say in Islam you can't drink. No. Personal, gradual development. So you will find yourself in a place that if someone says, no, I drink at all, you won't be successful. Do you understand? You are becoming familiar with Islam. your understanding. So if someone says, you have to put what they say, khimar, hijab and khimar, yeah. Can you put it?
No.
No,
I've never.
no, no. There's who can put it? No. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to do it because you are not satisfied with it. You are not at that level. Now, I remember one of my students embraced Islam, and he said, I love playing guitar. Somebody told me in the masjid. Somebody's very, zealot Muslims are everywhere. So somebody, music haram. He came to me because I was the chaplain in the college. So he said, uh, can I not play guitar? I love it. I said, don't tell anyone. Play before sometime. Because he cannot do it. He will not play with it and he will regret. Now, he will stop playing with guitar, but he will regret that this religion is separated from my beloved one. It is a reason for relaxation. He is not ready. So turn blind. وإذا مروا باللغو مروا كراما. Understand? Turn blind. And teach him that his time is very precious. He has to utilize his time in the best place. So he will say, rather than playing guitar, why shouldn't I learn how to recite the Quran beautifully? Replace. For example, it takes time. This aspect of religion, unfortunately, neglected the worldwide. And everybody is, just because of this, I cannot do it, leave religion. Look at it. Islam doesn't make sense. Yes, it doesn't make sense to you at this level. Why do you say Islam doesn't make sense? I cannot accept these things. For example, some people love praying, especially fasting. Ramadan is approaching. Especially fasting. Some people love fasting. When it comes to prayer, he's reluctant. Stage, master of stage. Encouragement is different from, if you don't pray, you are not a Muslim. But now this man has been introduced to Islam 3 days ago. I was born in a Muslim. How much did you get education? Religious education. Be frank. How much did you study the Quran? It will be hard for you to practice everything as they present to you in the physical form. But ideologically, understanding the belief matters needs education. The more you are convinced that you are created and everything is provided for you. Some people say, God created the universe, but I am making my world, my bread. It's something not right, but at the same time, you have to say, Alhamdulillah, thank God, he prays, he believes in God. Alhamdulillah. But he still thinks that he is also doing something by himself, not as a grace of God. Got it? So it is gradual. It is gradual. We have to acknowledge people's gradual growth. Too late. So happiness, not nervous, in some places, uncertainty because of lack of knowledge. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Most probably spam. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وآخر دعوانا إن الحمد لله رب العالمين بحرمة سر سورة الفاتحة. اللهم